We're talking being battle tested this week. What happens when the metaphorical crap hits the metaphorical fan? And I'm thinking about the time when I was getting my Top Fuel license and I was finishing up my quarter-mile passes. I'd already made a couple eighth-mile runs. We had to go up and make some quarter-mile passes, and we decided to go up to Indianapolis. All right, this is the mecca of professional drag racing. And they were having a test day. It was like a Thursday during a week. It wasn't going to be that busy. And I could not wait. I felt like my entire childhood, all of my ambitions and my dreams I had held on to for so long were meeting into one day of getting to drive a Top Fuel car. And I couldn't wait to get up there and do it. Man, I was walking around feeling like a king. So we prep the car, we go out there to make our first pass. I go and I stage the car, hit the second beams in. At that point, you're pulling your foot off the clutch, fuels to the motor, and you can't disengage the clutch at that point with those motors. There's so much power that's locking that clutch together, you literally have to rebuild it. Okay? Well, before I kind of tell you what happened first, you got to realize, give you some context. Some of the big teams out there, right? Big sponsor teams, each time they hit the throttle, it's probably about $10,000 to $12,000 a pass. Now we had gotten it down. We were a low budget team, and we got it down to about $3,000 a pass. Okay. Well, of course, I was footing that bill to get my license, and it was a steal. I mean, to be able to spend $3,000 a pass, trust me, that was a great price. Anyway, but you've heard me talk about having 7 streams of income, right? Working my guts out. Those 7 streams of income, every dollar was funneling into that. Okay, because you have to get multiple passes to be able to get that license. So here we are, we're getting these quarter-mile runs, and I stage the car, and the clutch is ready to go, car's ready to go, everything's locked and loaded. That motor, that 10,000 horsepower is ready to come alive, and they didn't throw the lights, the Christmas tree. They didn't throw the green light. Now, I could have just taken off to go, and I was super confused. I'm in the car, I'm ready, I'm prepped and ready, and I was really confused. I didn't know what to do. And it's all of a sudden, I go up and my uncle comes in the field of view, and he's just telling me to go down the track. And so I idled down the track. We didn't have a radio set. I just idled on down the track. Now, you realize I'm pissed. I'm getting to the end of the run, and I'm so livid because that's $3,000 wasted, and I don't understand what happened. Come to find out, the people in the tower did not see a number on the side of my car. They did not know what to put into the computer. And you have to have a number in the computer apparently before they can throw the Christmas tree lights. Now, that was the wrong reason for me to spend $3,000 in that point in my life. Trust me. I am so mad. I was mad before. Now I am irate because they don't understand. Don't they understand? They should understand how hard this is. They should understand how hard I'm working to get this car out here and all the effort behind the scenes of all the crew guys and my family and my grandfather, everything to get to that moment of getting my license. Don't they understand? Put the number 1 in the computer. I don't have a number. That's why I don't have a number on the side of the car. I don't have a number because you have to have your Top Fuel license, and then they give you a number, right? And so I don't care. Put 100, put 1,000, put 351, it doesn't matter. Just put a stinking number so I can go make that run instead of costing us $3,000. And here this was the mecca of drag race. They couldn't get it together, right? Well, I couldn't get it together after that. We take the car back, we decide to pull the clutch pack out, put a new clutch into it, and I was so frantic, I couldn't find a tool, and my uncle was helping me just for speed's sake, because that's all we were going to do is just swap the clutch out and go back and make another pass. Well, he kicks me out of the pit area. All right, he said, "Bryce, get out of here." And so, I walk out with my tail between my legs, and I just, for some reason, I felt like, man, this isn't how it's supposed to have gone. This was supposed to be perfect. It was supposed to be the day. And I go and I sit in the staging lanes by myself. All right, I'm sitting on the concrete by myself. It was like the ultimate low for me because of all of the years and all of the effort that went into it. And I just could not get my attitude back. So I was talking. I went up and was telling my friend, our friend who he's been in the sport for 35 years. His name's Mike Wolfarth, and he was there. And I said, "Mike," I said, "can you believe this happened?" I told him the story, and I didn't even get through the whole story before he just looks at me and goes, "Well, that's racing for you, buddy." And he turns and walks away, as if he was basically saying to me, "Bryce, I don't have time for your sob story. Get it together, go back out and do it again." Right? Just in a very quick sentence, that's what I got from it. Well, I wasn't ready to get back into my good mental attitude. I took another 10 minutes, but then all of a sudden I realized, you know what? When these battles come, that's when you really find out what's inside of you, right? That's when we find out what we're truly made of. I thought it would be easy going. I thought it would be smooth. And all of a sudden, when I was battle tested, I became offended. I became resentful that it was going to be difficult and hard. And if you're like me and you've been battle tested, because guess what? Two things. Number one, the battle will always come. We will always be battle tested because we'll always face resistance in anything that we're trying to go and accomplish, because nothing's going to go necessarily as planned. But the big question is, are we going to pick ourselves up off the ground and go back and hit again? Are we going to get back into the battle? But number two, right? We have to look at the last battle. We need to start looking at the last couple of battles that we've gone through and see if we can identify any specific patterns so that when the battle does come, we're more prepared. You got to realize there's certain patterns that come up or reactions from yourself. I've realized that in companies, I've got about 2 years before I start getting a little bit agitated at people because I start finding out their inadequacies or people that are trying to be something that they're not, or maybe not as good at their job as I thought they were. I've realized I'm about 2 years in and I have to fight to make sure that I'm going to be a good cultural fit for them. I'm going to add, not take away. I'm going to be a blessing and not something that is a hindrance to that organization and that culture. I've got to be cognizant of that. But what about friends? Maybe who sticks around? Look at the last couple times you've been battle tested. Who sticks through it with you? Those types of patterns we need to start identifying so that we can be prepped and ready for that next battle as it comes. All right? I want to leave you with a quote. I love this quote. It's from Thomas Jefferson, one of my favorite presidents. He's not perfect, okay? Don't send me a bunch of messages about that stuff. But I will tell you this, that guy, without him, I don't think we'd have the same freedoms that we have today. But he has this quote, I love it. It says, "Nothing can stop the man with the right mental attitude from achieving his goal. Nothing on earth can help the man with the wrong mental attitude." And I've taken that from years and years and years and really from that day forward, and I've realized nothing can help me. Nothing can help me achieve my goals and my ambitions and my dreams if my attitude is wrong. So when I wake up in the morning, I've got to make sure that attitude is right, it's ready to go, it's strong, and it's positive. And guess what? It is addictive. It is addictive to me, and it's addictive to everybody around me. And the same is going to be for you, all right? So today, have a good, strong, positive mental attitude, identify a couple of those patterns, and guess what? When that battle comes, baby, you be ready for it. Fight through it, get back off the mat, grab your sword, and go again, all right? And we'll see you next week.